Welcome to the Tech Talk for Managers. I'm Dave.
And I'm Shane. Today we're going to talk about user experience design and its subtopics.
User experience design, or UX design for short, is all about designing products and services with the user in mind.
That's right. It's about making sure that the user has a positive experience when interacting with your product or service.
UX design is a multidisciplinary field that involves a variety of skills and techniques.
It's not just about making things look pretty. It's about understanding the user's needs and designing solutions that meet those needs.
So let's dive into some of the elements of UX design. First up, we have UX strategy.
UX strategy is all about blending business, process, and design. It's about asking why a product should be built in the first place and how it should be built.
It involves understanding the business goals and objectives, as well as the needs and desires of the users.
By developing a solid UX strategy, you can ensure that your product or service is aligned with both the business goals and the user's needs.
Next up, we have user research. This is all about understanding your users and their needs.
There are many different methods for conducting user research, including interviews, surveys, and observations.
By conducting user research, you can gather valuable insights that can help you design a better product or service.
For example, you might discover that users are struggling to complete a certain task on your website. By understanding this pain point, you can design a solution that makes it easier for them to complete that task.
Another important subtopic is information architecture. This is all about organizing and structuring information in a way that makes sense to the user.
Information architecture involves creating a clear and logical structure for your content so that users can easily find what they're looking for.
This can involve creating categories, labels, and navigation menus that help users understand where they are and where they need to go.
By designing a solid information architecture, you can make it easier for users to find the information they need and complete their tasks more efficiently.
Then we have interaction design. This is all about designing the interaction between the user and the product.
Interaction design involves creating intuitive and easy-to-use interfaces that help users achieve their goals.
This can involve designing buttons, menus, forms, and other interface elements that are easy to use and understand.
By designing intuitive interactions, you can make it easier for users to use your product or service and achieve their goals more efficiently.
Usability testing is another important subtopic. This is where you test your product or service with real users to see how easy it is to use.
Usability testing involves observing users as they interact with your product or service and gathering feedback on what works well and what could be improved.
By conducting usability testing, you can identify any usability issues and make improvements to your product or service based on real user feedback.
This can help you improve the overall user experience and make your product or service more successful in the long run.
Visual design is also an important part of UX design. This is all about making sure that your product or service looks good and is visually appealing to the user.
Visual design involves choosing colors, fonts, images, and other visual elements that create a cohesive and attractive look for your product or service.
By designing an attractive visual appearance, you can create a positive first impression with users and make them more likely to engage with your product or service. Content strategy is another important subtopic. This is all about making sure that the content on your website or app is relevant and useful to the user.
Content strategy involves planning, creating, delivering, and managing content in a way that meets the needs of both the business and the user.
By developing a solid content strategy, you can ensure that your content is relevant, engaging, and useful to your users.
SEO, or search engine optimization, is also an important part of UX design. This is all about making sure that your website or app can be easily found by search engines.
SEO involves optimizing your content and website structure so that it is more easily indexed and ranked by search engines.
By improving your SEO, you can increase the visibility of your website or app and attract more organic traffic from search engines.
And finally, we have coding. While not all UX designers need to know how to code, having some basic coding skills can definitely come in handy.
Knowing how to code can help you create prototypes and communicate more effectively with developers.
It can also help you understand the technical constraints and possibilities of the platform you're designing for.
So there you have it. Those are some of the subtopics of user experience design.
We hope you found this introduction helpful. Thanks for tuning in to Tech Talk for Managers.
See you next time.